Alright, let's get back into it. Continuing on from, I think, just some battles. Pick up a few trade secrets, I guess. There we go. Pretty sure he took care of everything, so better. We have a monster battle, and yeah, battle at Madrid Way. Let's see what we're dealing with. Oh, it's this place. Let's see where our trade secrets are, because I believe we have a few. Speed of 34. Okay, so they both have speeds of 34. This should be relatively easy, I believe. Yeah, we outspeed easily. Probably just do a slight amount of inventory management. Yeah, that's good. For adjutants. Is there anybody else that Metal Guard needed to get support with? Hanneman, Manuela. But I have a feeling those might be passed, but we can try it. Are there any supports missing for Byleth, Caspar? Fortunately, Byleth is a Pexis Knight at the moment. There we go. In the map again real quick. Okay.
Well, come back.
Just need to be sure about that last point. Anyway, 1, 2. Sadly, they're both going for the monster, which is not ideal.
I do this for all of us. More fighting.
I'm just gonna kill you. I don't want to deal with
This is my stage now.
the archer.
Let's make this quick. What's my strategy? It won't be in vain. I'm getting the hang of this. I will prevail.
Can we get the kill here? Nice, too quick. If I'm lucky, I could get lethality. Let's see. Nope. Almost a debuff. Seal strength. That's not good. He already
What's the
has
plan?
no strength as it is.
I was just stronger. I'll cut a bloody path.
Yeah, I forgot. Rupert's on a horse now. He doesn't get as much magics, but his magics are overall more potent, I guess.
I'm awake. Battle does have its benefits.
I think Linhardt's our first level 40 unit.
Understood.
Forgot to take her training bow out of inventory.
Little scratch won't stop me.
Huh. They really are just going to destroy him, aren't they? No, not him. Honestly, though, it doesn't matter. Yoink. Let's see. I could do some shenanigans. Let's see. Also, I can unmark you. You don't have secrets.
I have a
Again,
plan.
armor break. Let's see, his rusted lance is Grativus. What's your attack range? Okay.
What a bother. To kill is to grow stronger.
Lots of good stuff, but no magic. I always prefer magic. No magic. Low. Ooh, good dodge. She's gonna get it. Oh well. We'll be able to nick the kill pretty easily. But first, I am going to nick something else. Store that. Steal that. Easy.
We won't hold back. The only possible outcome.
I love the gambit range. So good. Warp her into range. No guaranteed kill, huh? Low chance of actually working. Okay. Can't get a one-shot off either. Luna is one short. Not expecting this to work, but I can hope. Oh.
Burn until we meet again.
Oh yes. It worked. Rita can use a gambit bait. Almost. There we are.
You are in my way. My heart burns with pride.
by Random Road.
Will this ever end?
Oh, you actually can't one-shot her. That's kind of surprising.
So,
And last move is Hubert.
did you think I'd let you go?
Just willingly walks into a burning forest. Very smart.
I can't die yet!
She's got this. Now we got a special lance that we can repair. Speaking of repair, I really should be repairing all those special items. We hit the required rank, so there's no reason I can't. I just need to remember to do it. Miracle.
This could turn the tides.
I forgot that
must
they have
go
it,
through.
because it never triggered until now. Not very lucky. Where the heck are you guys going? It was worth doing that. Gotta shoot your shot.
Another victory.
I am unafraid.
You got him, Yuritsa.
Let's make this
Go
quick.
show him. Hey, no poison this time. Painful. these hits.
No use.
Okay,
I have much expertise now.
now she has Swordbreaker.
I must lead them well. There is still more to learn.
Now Violet has Swordbreaker. So close. Domain has a chance. He did it.
You knew the odds.
Alright, battle in the forest. Suggested level 37. Most of our units are around that level, right? Some of them are higher. I feel like most of our units are around somewhere in between 36 to 39, and then one person actually hit 40.
Well,
Let's see. We have a bunch of rusted junk. I just have to find it. Oh yeah, I don't have to repair it, I have to forge it.
is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that thanks a bunch?
Silver bow, you say? Silver axe. Looks like we only have Gradivis here.
Is that the one? Is that thanks a bunch?
Drone axe that someone who isn't a noble can wield.
Come back.
See, everyone is on the proper... Yeah. Good. Let's find our secrets. Super slow one right there. Oh, two slow guys. They're just gonna make this too easy, aren't they?
Well, come back.
Also, I forgot to do the funny. Battalions. Give everybody who fights from a range a garbage battalion because reasons. Pulse chosen. Still have a few E ranks. Oh, before I forget, you need your training bow back. And everybody else is just fine. Now, one thing I probably should have worried about is the range of this guy. Although, because it's diagonal, it's not that much. We can easily bait this guy out. Someone.
For the Empire.
Here, Edelgard, all yours.
More fighting.
I'll cut a bloody path.
He has the chalice, so I'd be willing to let her
I will prevail.
be a little dumb.
Understood.
And Yuritsa doesn't care, so... he'll do whatever I tell him to.
What's the plan?
I do this for all of us.
I'm awake.
Let's make this quick.
What's my strategy?
That's some accuracy.
Not so fast.
That's more like it.
I could go another few rounds.
And first things first, gotta use that gambit.
We won't hold back. Oh, the only possible outcome.
Anyway, I'll take that, thank you. Now I need to move in and find out how to ruin their lives as much as possible.
I'm finding my focus. What? Bernie's unstoppable.
Who are the people who have the lowest levels I'm trying to look for? Of course, you want to make sure they die. That's kind of important.
Witness frigid pride. It's done.
Trophy over here, 'cause why not? Probably a horrible idea, because I think he has Wrath, but whatever. I'll rewind it if it's a horrible idea. They look dangerous, though. No Wrath.
All is going to plan.
Alright, it's Bernie's kill then. You can't even deal a single damage to this guy. 47. That is a lot of protection. Ah, that's why. Divine Defense. Yeah, that would probably do it.
All for our future.
It won't be in vain. You are impressive.
That Divine Defense is annoying. Not really a problem. Just a little annoying.
Hardly worth the effort.
More effective.
Good hit.
Each milestone informs the next.
Is her resistance really that high, though? No, he just has very low attack. One of the weakest enemies we've seen. Compared to everybody else, at least. Although he is a black mage rather than a, whatever the next stage is. Dark Bishop.
I'll be home again soon.
Ooh, strength.
Seems like fighting's all I do these days.
Low chance of hit, but if both those do hit, die. Not super worried though. 25% is pretty low.
The battlefield has much to teach.
Now he can have his absurd range. You can probably replace his authority with that. You definitely get more use out of +1 range than more authority might, because he doesn't often use his thing. He doesn't have enough charm for his officer duty passive. Garbage.
You knew the odds.
One HP. Okay. Alright, let's see how this goes. Got an assassin. And Bernie lives. One more damage.
Still here. Watch and learn.
Can we get to a 100% chance to hit? I'll take it.
You are in my way.
I got it.
My heart burns with pride. I'm impressed.
Don't bother haunting me.
More strength.
Need to pull my weight.
Sylvain's leveling up pretty well. Violet's got this.
I'll be home again soon.
Almost A rank. Sure, it'll be fine. What am I worried about? Violet's busted.
I'm growing, but at what cost?
Yuritsu's like the only person only physical attacker I'm not worried about getting kills with. He's had the best strength out of everybody, including Edelgard. And honestly, even Violet, because he's still a few levels below Violet.
Here is something to believe in.
Sword it is.
To survive, I will win. I fight for justice's name. Hard work is a friend to count on.
Defense is fine, I guess. Not a great level up.
Child's play.
Oh hey look, Yuritsu got more strength.
Inconsequential.
And magic, for good measure, I guess.
Amazing.
He just wants to overperform. Yeah, 0 damage crits. Let's go. Double 0 damage crits, let's go. Get him out of here.
I must lead them well.
the lance can actually deal damage. Not much, but it can deal some damage.
What a bother.
Not enough.
With all of my might!
Zero damage crits.
Her will demands it. Not my goal, but a means to an end.
And we still got one more battle in the forest. And the next week we'll do Explore again to get everyone's motivation up for the following lecture session.
Well,
Everyone's battalion's doing good? Yep, more or less.
come back.
I'm guessing same spot. No, it's slightly different. It was that guy before, I think. This guy and that guy. This is going to be a little bit more annoying since grapplers are a pain in the ass. Yeah, they actually have more range than the archer does. Everybody is good on weapons, I am guessing. Seems fine to me. Felix is a little bit... eh. Could be fine, though. He doesn't double very often. We want to move everybody outside of that man's range.
I will prevail. For the Empire! What's my strategy?
Understood.
More fighting.
What's the plan? I'm awake. I'll cut a bloody path.
Yeah, first step is just moving everybody back. Should also mark Trade Secret Boys. It'd be cool if there was another mark that I could give them. First things first. That won't work. We'll stop that assassin since he's a scary guy. We don't need him running around. Fortunate, no doubling.
I do this for all of us.
You are in my way!
Nice Ferdinand, the only one gets swift strikes.
Not for myself, for everyone. So reliable.
I want more people with it.
Let's make this quick.
Reduce movement. For one turn.
I will not die yet.
Almost enough for a kill. Just short. Now should be in kill range. And next go. Damn it. Run away.
Will this ever end?
Yes, I've got you! Oh!
Still here. I think I got it.
You're relentless.
Well, let's see what happens now.
Child's
This is fine. Well, I'm just gonna warp you all the way out here. So we can just get that steal out of the way as well. Linhart level 41.
Battle does have its benefits.
Damn, he has just such good movement. That's unfortunate.
Slow.
Miracle shenanigans. Why would you do this?
What a bother.
More effective. I can't fall just yet. Let's keep up the pace.
I'm only getting better with age.
Witness frigid pride.
I see. What's your attack? 48 versus 33, so that'd be 15-15, so he would live. Because he has the shield, right? Yeah. Isithia's still going strong on magic.
I finally mastered it.
Here, have some damage.
Remain cautious.
I don't think you have pass, do you? No, he doesn't. So for whatever reason we don't kill him. We can surround him with violence. We got him. All good. No problems here.
All is going to plan.
I didn't even see that flyer over there.
Here is something to believe in. I must lead them well. There is still more to learn.
Rally movement? I guess we never hit S rank, because I don't remember that. Rally movement. That's a weird one. It's like a worse version of dance.
I will prevail.
Was worth the shot.
I must pull through. What's my strategy? It won't be in vain.
Try to squeeze in here.
For the Empire.
Violet is now level 40. Nice.
There is
Strength
still room
and
for
speed.
improvement.
Violet's defense is sorely lacking though, but oh well.
No use.
Doesn't matter. Violet's a dodge, more of a dodge tank.
You knew the odds. Just be careful.
You lost that one.
Is that just enough damage?
I'll be home again soon.
And I'll keep getting stronger.
Alright, bring it on. All armored boys and one light armored boy. You're so good. There is a chance to crit. I'll take it.
What's the plan? Run. Burn until we meet again.
And we get Divine
I need to
Crit.
put this to use.
A waste of time.
We just sent Edelgard into the woods. See what happens. Just isn't enough movement, huh?
Shall I help?
Now's our chance. No use.
Exactly what I wanted. One kill for Bernie. Hopefully.
Still here.
Oh, I was hoping one of those would hit.
Did you think I'd let you go?
Rattle me bones.
Winning is what matters.
17,000 gold. So much money. Lecture day. You still need to learn, buddy. Forget, did he ever succeed in the Great Knight thing? No, he didn't. And he didn't succeed in his other thing either. So, Punchy.
That thing.
So does she get anything for S? I cannot remember.
My.
I've got some more to burn.
I'm starting.
See, I changed him off of his old goal. Yeah, I did. Go me, I remembered. Bernie's about to max out her bow. Oh boy. Begin training.
Professor.
My passion has always been for sorcery. With that passion and some more time studying reason, I can be a more powerful magic user. I don't care. Go with whatever your heart tells you. It's Hubert's birthday. Flowers.
Thank you.
An excellent outcome.
Okay. That was pretty underwhelming.
Appreciate it.
Wow, a bunch more support suddenly shot up. Oh. Hanneman. We did bring him along.
What is on my agenda for this afternoon?
Professor Hanneman, may I have a moment of your time?
Ah, it's you. Very well. I am quite busy, but if you are here to discuss my crest research, I would be happy to oblige.
I'll pass on that offer. I'm just hoping you'll explain something to me.
Oh, I doubt if I have anything of particular interest to share.
Why did you abandon your noble standing in the Empire? And don't say it was for your crest research. There are institutes for that within the Empire. You could easily have remained a noble and still been able to visit Garrick Monk, or request the cooperation of the Church.
Certainly that was an option, but I desired a better research environment. Treasures and holy artifacts reside here that cannot be examined by someone outside the Church. I required access to those things, no matter the cost.
But surely your noble status would have allowed you greater funding and resources. Even secrets of the Kingdom and the Alliance would have been easier to obtain as a noble of the Empire.
What you say is true. I cannot deny that. Both paths have advantages and disadvantages.
I see you're unwilling to be forthcoming on that topic.
I don't know what you mean.
I've heard that you used to enthusiastically research crests for the Empire. You abandoned the Empire, yet retained your focus on crest research. I just wanted to know why.
I feel your suspicions of me are unwarranted. I haven't the time now, but perhaps I will tell you more if the opportunity arises.
Okay. Hubert and Shamir, A support.
All finished. Time to go. You really must stop sneaking up on me, Shamir.
And what if I don't? I can take you.
Maybe. Either way, it's a waste to fight an ally.
We're allies now? I guess I should be more careful with you. Are you sure it was right to kill them? I believe your mistress told you to let them go.
That is exactly what I will say I did. But leaving them alive would have been a mistake. I did what had to be done.
Is that so? Maybe you're not just some sycophant. It takes guts to disobey a direct order.
Lady Edelgard's time is rightfully occupied with a great deal of concern and contemplation. Her affairs are of far greater consequence than a trifle like this. Much rests on the decisions she makes. But little details of this kind happen to be my area of expertise, so I simply handle them. Better that than to burden her with needless debate.
Logical through and through, aren't you?
That is how I do things.
I like people who are thorough.
You seem quite thorough in your methods as well.
As a rule, I am. Regarding decisions, I planned on leaving Fodlan after completing my contract. But now I'm starting to think I might stay here.
Stay here. I'm forced to wonder what your intentions might be.
I have no ulterior motives. I've just grown a little fond of you.
Excuse me? You've what?
For someone so intelligent, you're very dense. It's not just about you, though. I've learned to like Lady Edelgard and most everyone else here as well. I wouldn't mind staying on to work as your specialist.
It's a fine offer. But perhaps we should wait until after the war to discuss it thoroughly.
Fair. But you owe me, remember?
Not much I can say to that, is there?
Interesting. Caspar has a couple more supports. Since, how do you get it with Dorothea? Caspar was paired up with Bernie. Weird.
Come on, Bernadetta, open up. Why are you so mad at me? I have no clue what this is about, but I'm sorry.
You have no clue? Don't you remember what you did to me?
Oh yeah. He carried her twice to that one spot.
No? I didn't do anything.
Over the shoulder.
Yes, you did. You did all kinds of things. But the worst thing was carrying me off twice. I thought I might die.
What are you even talking about?
Don't act like you never took me to that place.
What place? Why won't you? Oh, the place with the pretty view. Why are you mad about that?
Because you hold me around like a piece of luggage.
Again, why are you mad about that?
Don't act all surprised. How would you feel to be yanked around like that?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I was just excited to show it to you. Maybe I went a little overboard.
So when you're excited, you just carry people around over your shoulder? Like you just pick them up and say, let's go?
I'm real sorry about that.
It's an interesting way to do things.
You are? Well, I hope you understand now.
I definitely do. And I feel awful about it. What can I do to make it up to you? Anything you want. I want to show you how seriously sorry I am.
Well, all right. I'd like you to, bring me to that place again. But promise me 2 things first.
Anything.
No carrying, no pulling around. Treat me gently.
Sure, of course. No problem. But that was 3 things, not 2.
That was 1 thing. Be gentle, okay?
Oh, okay. Sorry. What's the other thing?
I want you to promise not to take anyone else there. Only me.
All right, I can promise that. Seems a little strange, though. Why do you care?
Come on. If you really want to apologize, hurry up and take me there.
Right, on it. Here we are. Look at that gorgeous sunset.
This is it. The same view. After all that time inside, the sun feels like it's piercing right through me.
This little bit of sunshine? You really gotta get outside more. From now on, I'm gonna take you to all sorts of different places. I promise I'll be gentle, and I promise I won't take anyone else. Just you and me, all right?
What? But... okay. But if you get sick of me, I'm sorry ahead of time.
What? Good one, Bernadetta.
Cute. Alright, Dorothea.
Hey, Caspar. Care to join me for tea?
Again? Well, let's make it quick. I gotta get some training in eventually.
More training? Don't you get tired of it?
No, I don't get tired of working toward my goals. Unlike you.
Me? What do you mean?
Your quest for the perfect husband. I haven't seen you wasting time with any dull-looking guys lately.
Oh, that. Maybe I just found something worth staying in for.
You mean in the monastery? This place is a dump compared to what it was 5 years ago.
That's not what I'm talking about. Honestly, Caspar, you don't understand women at all.
Well, excuse me. Maybe I'm just another dull guy.
That must be why you don't pick up on how I feel.
What?
When I'm around you, I feel like, well, like I can always be myself. I don't need to act differently or flirt or lie. I can just be me. I always said you were little brother material, but when we're alone like this, the idea of marriage...
Nope. Hold it right there. I'm gonna need a minute. I was not ready for this.
Caspar, settle. You might be getting the wrong idea. I was only saying, when I'm with you like this, I can forget all about marriage and just be friends.
Friend zone.
Huh? Right. Of course.
Though I suppose relationships like that can also lead to marriage.
Now I know you're messing with me.
I'm not trying to tease. I was just thinking out loud. If neither of us ever find our special someone, it might not be so bad to settle down and spend the rest of our lives together. What do you think?
I haven't really thought about that. I'm not really the romance type. Spending the rest of my life with you doesn't sound so bad, though. But why are we even talking about this? There's no way you won't find someone great.
Stranger things have happened.
Either way, no point in worrying about it now. I'm plenty happy with our current situation. Let's just focus on staying good friends.
Good idea. Here's to us.
And one last one. Caspar and and Shamir. Well, Petra has one as well. With Shamir as well.
Hey, Shamir. Your archery skills were amazing the other day. I couldn't believe it when you hit all those bullseyes. Not a single miss.
It was nothing.
No way, it was incredible. You were incredible. You gotta teach me how to shoot.
Maybe.
That sounds like a yes to me. Are you free tomorrow?
Maybe. No promises, though.
Come on, Shamir, don't be like that. Wait, is this because you don't think I'm good enough? That can't be it.
It's nothing personal. As someone born in Dagda, I'm not very fond of the Empire.
Dagda? Where is... Oh, you mean where they had that war with the Empire a few years back? The country west of Fodlan. Across the ocean. That Dagda?
That Dagda. But that is behind us.
I had no idea. I understand why you'd hate the Empire so much, though. My father was a major general in that war. He led an entire army. If I were you, I definitely wouldn't want to train the son of someone who killed all those Dagdans.
You misunderstand. I harbor no ill will toward your generation. I'm thankful for Edelgard. She destroyed what was left of the old Empire.
Huh? Well, then what does this have to do with you teaching me how to shoot?
I simply have other commitments. I don't have the time to teach everyone, so I can't make any promises.
That's your reason? You're just too busy? I thought you hated me. I guess I had nothing to worry about. In that case, I'm excited to get to know you better. Let's leave all that Dagda and Empire stuff in the past.
And she's gone. Not a word.
Shamir, can I be having your time? There is a thought that is giving me great concern.
Let's hear it, Petra.
If Dagda is ever invading Fodlan again, what will you be doing?
I'd join the army of Dagda. I'd lay waste to Fodlan and return to my homeland.
If that is the truth, then I am having one more question for you. If that was happening, would you be fighting your allies in the Imperial Army too?
Of course. You expect me to die for you? You should be prepared to do the same. Your homeland would likely join Dagda.
So, that is your truth?
Maybe. If you'd asked me 5 years ago.
Hmm?
I've been a mercenary since childhood. Always fighting for a bounty. If my allies didn't pay, I'd side with the enemy. It's why I became a sniper. Easier to dispose of anyone with a reward on their head. It's also why I joined the Knights of Seros. I owed them a debt. But that's all changed.
You are not fighting for money now?
That's right. When I see everyone fighting for Fodlan, I feel inclined to help. I won't die for the cause, but I will protect everyone. If the army of Dagda engaged you, I'd fight at your side.
Hearing that is giving... it gives me great joy. Until the war is finished, let us fight together.
Good old-fashioned camaraderie. Well, let's check our certifications, shall we? Ooh, we can try for Falcon Knight now. But we're not getting it today. We're also about to run out of Master Seals. But I think what's more important is getting Byleth the alert stand stuff. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to get alert stance whatchamacallit plus. I guess I should save the one Master Seal I got. Make sure we can try out for that as it levels up. Well, we have tons of money, so we can easily repair a lot of our well-worn stuff. And also, while we're here, so it costs root steel, but I think it's worth it getting the upgraded versions of both of those. Alright, explore time. First things first, let's spend a little bit of time in the sauna with Yuritsa. Oh, can visit twice a month, huh? Strange. But the important one is that Byleth, it's max. We don't care if Hubert doesn't reach it. Huh. Okay. Surprisingly worked out. Darn. Don't know if it'll work, but
Pardon
hopefully
me.
it does.
Yeah.
Ugh. Professor.
Xanadol treasure fruit is so hard to get your hands on.
I enjoy baking sweets. I see. Cooking is much... Wow.
And speed. I thought, Linhardt liked sweet things, not bitter things.
While I have little this is my favorite.
What? We're almost to the king, but is it?
You like
Are you
these?
Are you?
You have sheet music. Let's try to find everybody important.
Maybe.
I have no idea where everybody is.
Hello there.
This one, yes?
Is Black Sand Steel even used for anything? Strengthens a weapon's critical attack.
This one, yes?
Return soon,
So
please.
you use that to
Okay.
turn a sword into a killing edge. Okay. Gotcha.
Professor?
Professor Rigid.
This is...
Flying.
Hello.
Ingrid,
Where's...
me, you can't give me flying lessons? Lame.
That reminds me. How up for now? What a... What a... What a... What a...
Kind gift.
Hey! Yeah, for me? For
Oh, I guess I didn't need to give him 2. Oh well. He'll enjoy the present. Or else.
Everyone's... Wow.
What do you say?
And what's whoever, but no, it won't be.
Wait, can you teach flying? No, you can't.
Oh. Oh.
Lysithia's down there. Oh, perfect.
Or could it?
Fast travel point is, on point. Lawrence and Ignatz, we don't care. Guess we can do the note in the choir. In fact, I don't really need to do the choir thing, do I? Not much of a point. In the past, I would nearly pass out if I got splattered by an enemy's blood. Nowadays, I remain entirely conscious. Even if my face is drenched in blood, it's disgusting. It's natural to feel repelled by the horrors of war. I mean, who wants to be drenched in blood? Doesn't sound fun.
I believe Ronnie and Ernism.
Oh, he's already maxed out. How's he already maxed out? Oh, food. Yeah, that would make sense. Really nobody who can teach, like, flying to Byleth at all?
I'm getting...
Professor?
Be sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so what should we bump up? I guess the next best thing would be spears, considering spears are required for that that thing. So you have no people that can teach flying.
that reminds me.
Oh, Claude was no... Where's...
Actually, we might have one person, but I don't feel like going to the abyss for them.
I wonder what lady. But hey, now.
They used to come the what
I'm getting the...
Okay, let's see. Everybody got motivation up, right? Everyone that matters? Yuritsa.
The war. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Don't know what he like.
My.
So he said something different for the rose, so I guess he likes roses? And we're good. Free time is over. Time for learning.
There must be.
Now horses.
It's.
Not really much else to teach Edelgard. For her, let's try to get her authority up.
I have... You... I... You... You're...
Sylvain.
What? I thought. What?
I think he's going to be 1 point short. Max rank, dark magic range +1.
Perseverance is the key.
You're going to get to A rank authority and you're going to like it. Hubert got his upgrade, so we can start pushing this now. Not sure exactly what he'll get from it, but he might get something good. And that makes it worth trying.
I got it right.
Ooh, perfection.
I've really made this my own. Thanks!
Not much else to do. Let's adjust some goals. Pretty sure... Oh, we can actually try over both of those right now. Either way, he has the lances for both of these, so he doesn't need to level up the lances anymore. Which means you don't have to worry about leveling up faith anymore. So, reason and writing. Oh yeah, I forgot. Linhardt's trying to get that. So Violet isn't the only one. Bernie maxed that out, so let's go writing. Let's see, for her, I guess I can force authority instead of spears. Just to try to push that A rank. And everyone else is fine. Begin training.
Professor.
Hello. Physical exertion is not my forte. Oh, but I'd still like to help as much as I possibly can. Maybe I can do that by studying reason and getting better at magic. Sure. Whatever you say. How did this work out? Good, I'm certain of it.
We have succeeded handily.
Yep.
This is making sense.
Now to keep polishing.
I still have much.
It's all in.
I'm looking sharp, huh?
Got another monster sighting. Might be able to get another rare, item. But first... test out for Holy Knight. Damn. Well, we could try Byleth's Falcon Knight upgrade. Didn't work. Well, just means we save it for next time. Maybe it'll be successful on the day of the mission. But another 3 easy missions, right? Shouldn't have any issues. And I'm certain one of our healers will get to even higher levels. Battle on the plateau. In fact, I should give one of our healers, probably Dorothea, give her a experience gem. That way she gets even more experience. That way Dorothea can get more magic, and Meteor does more damage. Oh yeah, it's this map. Hate this map. We also don't have to worry about healing. Let's see, Rusted Lance, which is a Silver Lance. That's a shame. But we don't have to worry about killing the monster. So she can put on any good one now. Or did she already have a rank? She might have already had A rank. Alright, guess I'll just go with this. Plus 8 for physical attack, 20 hit, 10 crit. She shouldn't be taking hits anyway, so it all works out. As for him, we can give him a good magic one now again. Yeah, that's still normal. Any other supports that Hubert can get? With Hanneman and Ferdinand. Oh yeah, I forgot Ferdinand exists. So let's throw that on. Any missing Bernie supports? Felix, Yuri, Aloise. Aloise would probably be entertaining. Let's see. In addition, before I forget, store that. And experience gem. Okay. Let's go. Begin the battle. These annoying bandits here. Hate them.
For the Empire! What's my strategy?
Understood.
I will prevail.
We'll keep units together.
I'll cut a bloody path.
I do this for all of us.
Okay. % chance to hit.
What's the plan?
More fighting. Well done.
Let's make this quick.
Yeah, I expected that. Heavy armor guy. These guys don't have a lot of defense. Best thing for you to do here. Dismount. 0% chance to hit. Although, then there's this guy here. 132 hit. Still pretty low. Okay. think this is out of range. Damn it. Got this, Bernie. From downtown.
Still here.
Ring. Dang it.
Only the strong survive. It's done.
Burn until we meet again.
I must lead them well.
Yeah, sure. See how that works. Sure, it'll be fine.
My heart burns with pride.
Ooh, unlucky.
No use.
Is that it, Petra? Nah. So you need to die in this turn. Training rounds will do it.
Here is something to eat!
Another victory.
Let's see. Bandito. Get out of here.
Hardly worth the effort.
It'll be fine. I shouldn't play with fire like that. There's no thicket here. It's all just normal forest. $130 avoid. Slightly worried about how this will work out. 33 defense. This guy has 49 attack. 16. Should be fine. Let's see. Yeah, 15, and 19. So if we just heal him a little bit, he'll be fine. With Bernie for crowd control. I'm the one enemy that needs to be crowd controlled.
Is that it?
This could turn the tides.
Dead. Alright, so then. We close her with the training bow. 87% chance to hit. Got him.
Just be careful.
I am unafraid. Child's play.
Didn't really want that to happen. But okay. That's closer to something I want happening. So that way she can have this skill.
Let's keep up the pace.
She needs the levels. Also want to see what that thing is maxed out. What she gets for maxing out her Sniper class. Well, he's dead. Rip. Well, that's his attack range. So I'm just going to stay out of that.
All is going to plan. You are impressive.
A little scratch won't stop me.
Alright, all that's
What's
left
the
is
plan?
big monster.
Understood.
It's fine to me. You can take the 10 damage. Okay, let's break the man. Or monster.
Need backup? I have a plan.
Come on, beat you, beat us.
I can help too. We won't hold back.
Let's get our rusted silver weapon.
Allow me to demonstrate.
He doesn't get a lot of kills. He deserves it.
Be home again soon.
Yeah, we also got plenty of renown. I should have checked the statues. Battle in the Plains, next. So no monsters anymore, so easy victory. We don't have to worry about any side stuff at all. Just victory. Oh boy, it's this map. Love bottlenecking people here. That's funny. We have a row, we have half frontliners and half backliners. It's perfectly balanced. As it should be.
Come back.
+7. What rank is this? Whatever it is, it's pretty good. Shame we don't use it. I don't believe there are any more low-level ones, right? Yeah, Lysithea has the last unleveled one. The Supreme Armored Company is only C rank. Okay. Pretty damn good for C rank. That steel sword can use a repair job.
Well, come back.
Actually, do we have a silver sword to give her? We should have a silver sword, right? Oh, we already have Mercurius. We don't have an extra silver sword. Do you know what that means? We should make one. Look, we have a Silver Lance Plus. It weighs less than the Steel Lance, right? Yeah, it does. She doesn't use the lance often. So let's give her a Silver Lance for when she does.
Well,
There you are.
is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
Now I have something that's more powerful and weighs less compared to
Well,
other junk.
come back.
And everybody else's equipment is still brand new. Let's go. Ooh, that's fun.
I will prevail.
Understood.
What's my strategy?
For the Empire.
What's the plan?
I'll cut a bloody path. I'm awake.
I do this for all of us. Let's make this
Current
quick.
plan is basically hug this little lane here
More fighting.
and bottleneck them on the bridge. That's what they usually do on this map.
Watch and learn.
It's over.
I must lead them well.
Good
There's
So
still
B rank
more
is
to
alert
learn.
stance, and is it A plus or is it S? I think it's S where you get alert stance plus. Yeah, we still have a ways to go. I'll move you here so you can bait the archer.
Still here. You're relentless.
Her will demands.
Magic? Darn.
Feels like fighting is all there is.
Just danced around it. No, I'm not going to move him out there. I have a feeling it would be a bad idea. Okay. A little bit dangerous. We're not dead.
But this is war! Really good, huh?
Growing stronger suits me.
Your spirit is admirable.
I am nearing my limit.
Kill up.
I fight for justice's name.
That, that range. This is fine.
What a bother.
I'm more scared of the guy who might double
Not my
one of my guys.
But a means to an end.
Hey, look. You're in range. Goodbye.
It's done.
It won't be in vain.
Deals 20 damage. Kind of perfect, even if he gets hit by both of them. You won't be able to kill him. But Thunder's a hell of a spell.
Delightful.
Who's it?
Predictable.
Allow me to demonstrate.
I must lead them well.
Here come the Cavaliers.
I have much expertise now.
Oh no, they're paladins.
I will prevail. I have a strategy.
Come on.
That is unfortunately not exactly what I wanted to do, but I'll take it.
Her will dem-
And closer him. And now we get a free turn from the pain of Cavaliers trying to just ruin our day. We don't need that negativity in our lives.
Your death is not in vain.
Don't bother haunting me.
Yay, Bridge of Mercenaries is maxed out. Now we can take it off. Forever. Alright, here come the remaining enemies.
I'm watching you. It won't be in vain.
No, I'm not gonna push my luck that far. Can we double these guys? No, we can't. We must have a lot of speed. deal enough damage to this guy.
Not for myself, for everyone.
Now both of them are in Dark Spike's range. Goodbye.
I will not die yet. Stay alive, Bernie.
I'll be home again soon.
You are impressive.
Yep, that's good. I hate getting doubled by everything. The pain.
Another victory.
Should have used Mire instead. Well, it doesn't really matter. Kill for Bernie.
Still here.
Just be careful.
A+, he now has alert
Still a
stance
long
plus.
way to go.
It's not amazing on him, but it could be good. Okay, who's lowest? There you go, Sylvain. Have a nice trip.
My heart burns with pride.
Easy match, easy money. One more to go. Battle at the Sealed Forest. So it's a Sealed Forest map again. I wonder, how many maps total are there in the game? I feel like it should have been, like, there should be some more for these random battles. I'm sure they could have made them. Whatever. I don't like how they have a lot of horses. I don't like that one bit. Let's see. She's using Bridge Mercenaries. No longer needs them. So next best magic one. Yeah, that'll do it. I think we're all using our best stuff. Let's see. She could be using the Black Eagle Pegasus Company. Or I could just nab the Keyhole Wyvern Co. for the hit and crit, but then I lose a void. I don't like Retribution as a gambit. It's very situational. It's great when you're dealing with bolting when you don't have the chalice. But other than that, I don't know. Honestly, she probably doesn't really need to be in Falcon Knight anymore. Considering we got flying up to A+, so she has Alert Stance Plus on.
Understood.
Let's make this quick.
Nuke time? Nuke time. Goodbye.
I will not die yet.
I don't like you, assassins. That attack range.
What's the plan?
I will prevail.
What are they gonna do? That. Okay.
I'm awake. I'll cut a bloody path.
Good part about him is that he can just run in, lap him with dark spikes, and walk away.
Her will demands it. I suppose this will serve me well.
I do this for all of us. For the Empire.
What's my strategy? This could turn the tides. More fighting.
Meteor's fun. You're at Retribution. It won't make a difference, but it's slightly better than idling for the turn. Nice hit.
Today I was lucky.
I've got no time for mercy.
Let's see. That's enough. Or it would have been if we actually landed it.
We're ready.
I have a plan.
Oh, who's landed out?
Each battle a victory.
I didn't realize that those can mix. Awesome.
I must lead them well.
Goodbye.
A waste of time.
Now Edelgard can steal the kill. Perfect.
Your death is not in vain.
Level 39. Emperor's maxed out.
I
We
must
still
outwit
didn't get
even death.
strength. Her strength and magic are only 5 apart. She gets
My
flickering
efforts are
flower.
paying off.
That's new.
This wouldn't have happened in my youth.
Give heals where heals are needed. So apparently they'll lure 2 people to attack. But I only think one of them will be able to actually do anything. We'll just set up the counter. Cool. Cancel out the second hit. Let's see, is Flickering Flower an attack that seals the enemy's movement? Might 10, hit 10, crit 10. Pretty damn good for her.
For the fate of Foden.
Why do I hope that animations are different? They're never different. Still one of the biggest flaws of this game. They didn't just go all out with the animations.
scratch won't stop me. Keep it up.
Put on storage. We don't need that on hand right now.
Child's play.
A fine display.
Random crits are pretty random. Why not? Meteor. They're marching through the woods.
Ernie's just no good.
A colossal failure.
All is going to plan.
Linhart, how do you handle this guy? Pretty damn well. Wow. Linhart.
It's done.
Winning is what matters.
Doesn't have to be the sword. Sword doesn't even deal enough damage. Got him. One of his worst level ups so far.
I fight for justice's name.
Hard to move Hubert around where I want. At least he can attack now.
still here.
Still room to improve.
Lowering speed, lowers evasion.
Only thorns left on this rose.
He's still level 37. I can't waste a perfectly good physic. Or a perfectly good recover. Got him.
You knew the odds.
Everyone, I think, is now 38 or higher.
I sense an improvement.
Although some of them might as well not have leveled up. Alright, it's getting pretty late. It's 12:22. So let's take a look at what the next map is. And we can call it a night there. After going through the supports and everything else. Oh boy. Give me that exposition. Oh. Is this really the final chapter for this one? With the decisive battle ahead, Violet visited the cemetery.
Sorry. It looks like I'm going to have to leave you now. One day, I hope you'll give this ring to someone you love as well as I love her.
Someone I love. Oh boy, who to choose. Got Edelgard, Hubert, Ferdinand, Linhart, Dorothea, for some reason, Sylvain, Yuritsa. My brain is split 3 ways between Edelgard, Hubert, and Yuritsa. But I think I'm gonna choose Yuritsa. Let's fucking go. We will duel to the end of time. Let's look at these other supports, I guess.
Ah, young Edelgard. This is your first time in this room, yes?
That's right. When I was a student, I avoided this place. I couldn't allow the church to learn of my crests, after all.
True enough. But now you have come here by your own choice. Can I take that as an indication that you have come to trust me a little more?
I suppose so, though I'm still bothered by certain things.
Tell me, what things might those be?
Well, we're fighting to free the world from the church's control and to unify Fodlan. You must have some idea of what the world I'm seeking to create will be like.
With the world freed from the powers of crests, Fodlan's system of nobility will collapse.
Precisely. Our current system is founded on the fact that crests are inherited through blood. If we shatter the status quo so that those without crests are no longer at the mercy of those with them, the very concept of nobility will vanish.
Why should that have any effect on me? I am no longer a member of the nobility.
Perhaps the fate of the nobility is of no consequence to you. But what about that of crests? You've devoted your life to unraveling their secrets. Whereas I seek to create a world where crests are no longer valued. In fact, I would prefer to rid the world of them entirely if at all possible. Does this not concern you?
I see. I think I finally understand why you've always seemed so unsure about me. You imagine your ambition might crush my dreams. I assure you, there is nothing to worry about. I support your plans and your ideals wholeheartedly. But at the same time, I also believe that the influence of crests will not be so easily quelled. That is why I must continue to research them and unravel all the secrets they hold.
I see.
Sour note. Oh hey! Hubert and Ferdinand can now become best
Hello,
friends.
Ferdinand. Wait, that aroma.
Your nose is as sharp as ever, Hubert. Yes, it is a bag of fresh coffee beans.
Why did you buy coffee? You said you don't care for it.
My stance has not changed. Drab, bitter, with that muddy texture. If I have even a sip, my hands start to tremble.
Rather harsh. What are you doing with it then?
Well, you see, but wait a moment. What is that? Is that an imported tea from the East?
It is indeed. Keen eyes.
Flaunting my favorite drink right in front of me. And you do not even drink tea. Fiendish. It is for Edelgard, I assume.
Before I answer that, I would like to know what you are doing with the coffee.
Well,
Is it a gift? Perhaps for someone you fancy?
A gift, yes. For you.
Who is the unlucky... Did you say for me? This coffee is a gift for me. Have I heard you correctly?
Yes, that is what I said. A noble does not go back on his word. Just take it.
I should decline.
Why?
The thought of receiving a gift from you, unbidden and unreciprocated, fills me with revulsion. Therefore, accept this tea as a gift from me.
From me? Are you certain? I would hate to deprive the intended recipient of such a fine tea.
That would be difficult to do, since I bought it with you in mind.
Oh, in that case, thank you. What? You were planning to give this to me all along?
That is what I said.
Why are you blushing?
Really? Only one thing to do. We must
Don't
take
the
a tea
ha-has
break.
usually have a period at the end of it? That one did not.
Very well. But tea is not what I will be drinking.
Of course. I will make you some coffee.
Then I will prepare the tea.
That one was a little different. Okay. Interactions.
Hubert, my boy.
My boy.
It's rather rare for the two of us to see one another with no one else around, isn't it?
Yes, I believe it is.
I was good friends with your father, you know. Perhaps this is fate, eh? Of course, when I left the Empire, I broke off my friendship with him. And, well, everyone else.
You were right to sever ties with such a miserable piece of filth.
Sharp words, Hubert. Contemptible though your father may be, he is still your father.
Don't overcomplicate it. I will not forgive him. Ever. Contemptible is just the right word for the wretch. Do you truly know what kind of man my father was?
I assume you're talking about the insurrection of the Seven. At the time, I was already at Garrick Mach. I know nothing more than hearsay. That said, I found it hard to believe that Lord Vestra would challenge the Emperor like that.
Yet that's exactly what he did. Since the dawn of the Adrestian Empire, House Vestra has served House Hresvelg as the Emperor's right hand. My father spat on a legacy of loyalty and devotion that had lasted 1100 years. He conspired with the ministers to usurp power from the Emperor and Lady Edelgard.
In your father's defense, the Emperor was attempting to take power from the Seven Houses. The Emperor's reform was an attempt to concentrate power in the hands of the throne. The nobles put a stop to that. Emperor Ionius lost the ensuing power struggle.
Now it is the nobles' turn to suffer defeat. Her Majesty will crush all who oppose her.
You hope she can cease this never-ending conflict? That's quite a goal, Hubert.
This game has so much deep lore with its history. I'm surprised that these two wouldn't have up to an A rank. They only have up to B.
Ah, Linhardt. Reading as studiously as ever, I see. Anything to do with crests?
Hello, Professor Hanneman. Actually, this book's about fishing.
I didn't realize you were interested in fishing. What an unexpected discovery. I had heard that you were only interested in crests, to the exclusion of all else. As it were, I had rather thought I could train you as my successor, should we get to know one another better.
I'm sorry to betray your expectations. Truth be told, I've been thinking of giving up on my crest research.
I mean, you've already accepted Edelgard's proposal to not do that, but okay.
What? Whatever for? Don't tell me you believe fishing to be a more worthwhile pursuit.
No, it's nothing to do with fishing. I adore the subject of crests. But to study them, you have to consult the people who bear them, right? I just don't have the energy for that.
It is an unavoidable hardship, I admit. But the satisfaction of making a real breakthrough is second to none.
I'm sure the satisfaction of catching a fish is pretty great too.
Consider this, child. Luring fish from the depths pales in comparison to untangling the mysteries of a quest. Why? It all comes down to purpose. Purpose, I say.
Calm down. I get it. Really.
Evidently, you do not. You must have something to work toward in life. The ultimate goal of fishing is to eat the fish. The goal of solving the mysteries of crests is, well, you must find that for yourself. What do you hope to uncover once everything is finally explained? What motivates you to keep digging deeper?
I had never thought about it like that. Perhaps if I did have a goal, I might share your enthusiasm on the subject.
And one last one. Two last ones.
Okay, I must drop off these papers with Bernadetta. I'm not sure how to go about this. She's as timid as a mouse, and that's when speaking to people her own age. She'll likely scream the second she sees me.
Yep.
Maybe this is a mistake. All that noise is going to frighten the other students.
Hi. Can I help you?
Oh.
Ah, hello. I owe some business with Bernadetta. I wasn't sure how to approach her.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but okay. What business do you have with Bernie?
I was supposed to deliver this, you see. Perhaps you can take it off my hands?
Right. Thanks for taking the time.
No trouble at all. Here it is.
Thanks. I'm going to head in now, if that's okay.
It's a joke that just Aloise has never seen her.
How kind of Bernadetta's friend, making that delivery for me. Wait a second. That was Bernadetta. But it couldn't have been. She spoke so normally. She didn't act frightened at all. In fact, she was quite friendly. Ouch! Oh, yes, it still hurts when I pinch my cheek, so I'm not dreaming. I'm glad the ordeal's done with, but now I feel terribly confused and a little worried. Meek little Bernadetta, what have they done to you?
So Aloise is like the one person that Bernie can be completely relaxed with for some reason. Well, I'm gonna have to see the later supports and other playthroughs for sure.
Relax.
Professor Hanneman, do you have a moment to talk?
Of course, Miss Dorothea. Whatever is on your mind.
I heard you were once a member of the nobility, and you surrendered your title to come here.
Indeed, I was a noble once. Why are you so curious about that?
I knew there was something noble about your speech and your perfect manners. You're always impeccably dressed, too, and you have a certain pride about you. What interests me is that you threw it all away. Why?
I threw nothing away, child. In fact, by stepping away from its trappings, in my heart I feel closer than ever to the true meaning of nobility.
How so?
Consider this. At its inception, the concept of nobility assumed that the greatest among the populace would rise to power. In my mind, I believe that means those who value knowledge, those who strive for more and wish to protect and guide their fellow man. However, in practice, nobility often serves to keep those deemed commoners down, segregated from those who, by chance, were born to a noble family. That is one of the reasons I decided to leave that nonsense behind and dedicate myself to the study of crests. Though I have abandoned my position, in my mind it was to pursue what I consider to be a truly noble pursuit, that of knowledge.
I see. Well, you're definitely a noble in that sense of the word. To pursue such admirable ideas without regard for your social position. How wonderful.
Pardon?
Oh, it's nothing. I was just very moved by your words.
Ah, well, I'm quite pleased to hear you say so.
There's still another support? Lysithia and Hanneman. I think we've seen this one. Yeah, we have seen this one.
Phew. That about wraps it up for today's training. No thanks to a certain distraction. Professor Hanneman, I know you're there. It's extremely unsettling the way you're always staring like that.
Oh, my apologies, child. I was trying to remain inconspicuous, not wanting to interrupt.
Your half-hearted attempt to hide your weird staring only makes it weirder.
Well, I must apologize. In the future, I shall do my staring out in the open.
That might ease the weirdness, but it will continue to be extremely unsettling.
I have no desire to disturb nor to disquiet you, but you are a most exquisite subject for my crest research. And you understand that the foundation of all research is observation.
I understand well enough, and I'll do my best to ignore it. But in return...
Do not worry. Your secret is safe with me. I have not spoken a word of your twin crests to anyone.
Shh! Don't talk so loudly about it out here in the open.
Everybody knows.
Pardon my excitement.
At this point,
I simply cannot let the opportunity to study such a miraculous subject go to waste.
These awful crests may seem miraculous to you, but for me, they fall under the category of curse.
Actually, I think in this one, not many people know. In the Bird and Wind route, everyone knew at one point.
You will share more about your tragic origins whenever you have the time to recount it. Your tale may contain valuable information.
You are utterly lacking in empathy. You know that? Even if you spent your entire life observing me, you'd never understand my feelings and all I've been through. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I fear I may have made a misstep. I have no desire to trouble her, yet my research...
Okay, now all the supports are done. Let's see if we can get Violet to Vulcanite again. 58% chance now. Nice. The main reason you want it is increase the rate of flying experience that Violet gets. It also helps that it gives her one more unit of movement. Because if she can get flying to super high rank while hanging on to the knowledge gem the whole time, then yeah, it might be good. In addition, since we now have Falconite, we don't need the lances anymore. We can just stick with swords. Forge it up. It's better, so do it. That thing was nearly destroyed. I believe we had no more of these. Yeah, no more Master Seals. Which is fine. Mission time. Well, not yet, but you know what I mean. So, combat at the Taltine Plains. The Black Eagle Strike Force, in its continued pursuit of Fodlan's unification, marches on Ferdiad. Kingdom and Church forces prepare to meet you at Taltine Plains, a place laden with history. Does this route legit have so many fewer chapters?
With Aryan Road behind them, the Black Eagle Strike Force marches north to Ferdiad. They plan for the Imperial Army, stationed in former Alliance territory, to take over Fraldarius land, so they are able to attack Ferdiad from two directions. King Dimitri anticipates the Imperial Army's strategy, leading the Kingdom Army and Rhea's Knights of Seros out of Ferdiad, and prepares to intercept the Imperial Army at the Taltine Plains.
Yeah, I can't remember how it was in Verdant Wind. Like, it was the giving the ring event done when we were marching on the kingdom to take out Edelgard?
Mother. Oddly, the rain has come to fall yet again.
New armor.
At this place, once again, I will fight to take you back. The one who keeps me from seeing you again. I will be sure to return them to the earth from whence they came. The foolish descendant of Hresvelg, who bears her fangs at me, will suffer the same fate.
Lady Rhea.
Call me Seros now. I am no longer the Archbishop, but rather a warrior.
Yes, Lady Seros. Because of the rain, we have not yet confirmed the position of our enemy, or of the Kingdom Army.
Search the route to Ferdiad. It is unlikely that they have strayed far from it. When you discover the Imperial Army's main force, commence the attack. If the Kingdom's army has already engaged, flank the enemy as planned.
As you wish.
Wait for me, dear child. I will be paying you a visit soon. When this sword has been plunged into your chest, yes. That is the very moment I long for.
I was hoping they would strike the church first. We must have miscalculated the rate of their advance. Reorganize the formation. We have no choice but to buy time until the church arrives. It will be a long battle. Are you afraid to do?
No. So long as I am at your side, there is nothing to fear.
I can always rely on you. Just watch, my friend. We will prevail. I will not fail to get revenge for all who have fallen.
I would follow you anywhere, Your Majesty. Good luck out there.
You as well, Dedue. You as well.
Your Majesty. For you, I will.
A flag of blue is flapping in the rain. It must be the Kingdom Army.
Yes. It seems that King Dimitri is leading the troops himself. However, the Knights of Seiros have yet to be seen. Perhaps they have split up.
I can't imagine that Dimitri would leave the capital to the church and face us with the Kingdom Army alone. He must be planning to use the church to gain the upper hand in battle. With the rain, that must be difficult to coordinate. Still, the Knights of Seiros must be around here somewhere.
And we should be on alert for attacks from the side and rear as well. Inform the entire army.
Yes, sir.
Now that I think about it, the Kingdom's army is quite different than it once was. They have taken a position of interception. In the past, the king would have introduced himself before beginning a fair fight.
A fair fight. The words alone remind me of how he once was. Don't you agree, Professor?
Fair fight. Dimitri?
Yes. He often spoke of such things back at the monastery.
Claude always tried to get the upper hand however he could. He didn't give much of a shit about a fair fight.
Well, at the present, the words fair fight do not seem to suit Dimitri anymore. He dislikes making victims of his friends. But other than that, he will do most anything these days. If he stops at nothing to continue the onslaught, I cannot imagine what will become of the battlefield.
True. As soon as we can take our battle formation, we must advance. Dimitri, that past you cling to, I will soon free you from it.
Are we gonna get a cutscene of everything going to hell, or... straight to map screen? Straight to map screen. There's 2 treasure chests on this map. That's interesting. Dimitri. 51 strength. Yeah, that's about right. A red bar. Grants avoid plus 20 while unit is at full HP. 55 charisma. Immune to all status effects. Unlimited counterattack range. That is the scariest part about this whole freaking thing. He's got 39 attack speed and unlimited counterattack range, while also being immune to all status effects. I don't know how I can really kill him, to be honest. There are only so many people that can stand up to him. Violet being one of the very few. And also random knight here. Don't know who that was supposed to be, but maybe it was supposed to be Sylvain. He's from that class, right? Oh boy, bolting. That's interesting. Seems like a lot of these units are set to not move. That's weird. Probably some kind of mind game. Other way, bolting. It's Yuritsa's job to deflect that, I guess. I'm actually not sure. He doesn't have the resistance for it. We do have a couple chest keys. Give them to our two flyers. Well, guess we'll handle this battle next time. Till then, have a good night.